Good evening. As we delve into the realm of productivity, there's an aspect often overlooked yet profoundly influential: sleep hygiene. Today's discussion with two eminent speakers is to emphasize the critical link between sleep hygiene and productivity. We have with us Ms. Lisa Chaudhary, is a psychologist and have been working with PsychSpace for the past 1.5 years. She has completed her master's from Cotton University. She has been a resource person for various school mental health initiatives in order to emphasize on the importance of mental health. We welcome you, ma'am. Our next another speaker for today is Miss Yeja Chaudhary, has been a mental health enthusiast since a very young age and is also known for being vocal about her journey with body image issues as a storyteller in various social media platforms and podcasts. She has her master's done in clinical psychology from Christ University and is currently working as a psychologist in psych space. And I am Vaidehi Agarwal, currently in my final year of Masters in Clinical Psychology from Christ University and an intern in Psych Space. I will be your moderator today. I welcome both of you.
Thank you, Vedahi. Thank you so much for the warm
Thank you,
welcome.
Vaidehi.
And we are
Yeah,
looking
thank you.
forward for this topic to discuss.
So let's begin. As we know, sleep hygiene practice includes maintaining a consistent sleep schedule. And sometimes we are very avoidant about it as to we don't have a proper time schedule to go to sleep or wake up schedule. So I want to ask our speakers, how does establishing a consistent sleep schedule impact our overall sleep quality?
Shall I go forward with this question, Neja?
Yeah, for sure.
So, consistent sleep schedule is very, very important in our day to day life, as we know that sleep is something which is very important, which can be beneficial for our attention, for our cognitive functions, as well as for our memory power, right? Sleep is a kind of a restorative way to, restore all our energies that we have lost. And there might be different theories also there regarding sleep, restorative, the theory where we restore all the energies, and sleep is the one way where energies are restored. And maintaining a proper sleep schedule is very, very important because it will affect your daily overall well-being, your overall holistic way of living your lifestyle. Because if we don't sleep in a proper schedule, definitely our attention, our concentration will be affected. One cannot handle any kind of situation that comes up in front of us. That way of turning a situation into a positive way, or taking a situation into a positive way, handling it rightfully is very important. And yes, so when we sleep, when we have a proper schedule of sleep, it is beneficial for us, for, even in even in babies, even in adults, even in teenagers, with everyone. Because uh, if we talk about attention, memory power, and biologically functioning, as well as we know about the circadian rhythm. Because when we think about all those important concepts, it is necessary that all our biological functioning also works together with it. When we are not properly sleeping, stress will increase, right? And with that, I want to add one point: is when one individual is worried about like, why I'm not able to sleep, why I'm not getting proper sleep, that can also affect your sleep cycle. That can also affect your sleep quality instead. So, yes, the answer is definitely your sleep schedules. Maintaining a proper sleep schedule is very, very important for your overall health. Yes, that's my point.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing. It was really insightful, as you mentioned that how sometimes we being so much stressed about our day-to-day activities bring does not let us have a proper quality of sleep, and also that affects our other areas of functioning. Yeja, ma'am, would you like to add on something?
I think whether he Lisa ma'am actually explained pretty well. I mean, like, since childhood, we have been listening that sleep is something is a very essential part of our day to day life. It's like the food we take is for our body, but like the sleep is for our brain. To restore all the energy for a better product. See, the basic thing about sleep is that the better the quality of sleep is, the better the productivity for the next day you would have, right? So I think, like, yeah, Lisa ma'am explained, covered everything. Yeah, and I believe, like, yes, sleep is a very essential biological need for our body. And yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
one more point I want to add actually. In our day-to-day life, as people are taking up such negative way to handle any kind of situation, like people uh, drink alcohol, they tend to smoke, they tend to fall into drugs. So there are different ways of handling situation, right? But those are affecting your sleep cycle. So those kind of habit is actually turning into adverse health outcomes that we are facing right now. So that's why all those habits are very, it's quite linked with your sleep cycles. And like for example, we say that drinking coffee, people say that drinking coffee, I might not get my sleep, or I might not be able to sleep tonight because I have drank a whole cup of coffee during this late evening. So in that kind of situation, people should find out that whether it's coffee or whether it's another thing, whether it might be, it can be some kind of stress, it can be any kind of issues that the person is going through, right? Yeah.
And
okay,
I would also like to add another point to what Lisa said right now. Like, there is a very unhealthy belief that people have, like, if we smoke or if we drink, it helps us to relax and it
mm-hmm.
helps us to sleep better. There's a lot of people who believe that drinking would help them to sleep better, right? But if we look into the biological functioning of our brain, and if we look into the biological functioning of our body, we'll understand it from a point of view that there is a very important hormone called melatonin, which is very important for our sleep regulation, right? So if we put alcohol to it, and we put nicotine or different sort of substance to our body, that itself disrupts the normal functioning, the biological functioning of our body. Yes, you would fall asleep after drinking when you're drunk, but that sleep is very different than the sleep that naturally occurs, that that biologically occurs in your body. That is basically, you are putting your body in a very stressful, in a very unhealthy way of putting yourself to sleep, right? Your body is exhausted to a point with all the toxic and everything. Your body is exhausted to a point where your brain just shuts down. When we say that we got completely sloshed in the party, or where we say that we got blackout in the party, that basically does not mean that your body is exhausted, that you fell asleep when you were drinking and stuff like that. That basically means that your body has shut down. Biologically your body has shut down, and that is not actually a healthy way of sleeping. And obviously, if people actually tries to understand the sleep the sleep that comes naturally, and the sleep that comes after any substance intake is very different. I mean, the quality of sleep, when you are drunk and you fall asleep, the next morning you would wake up in a very unhealthy, you will wake up in a very lethargic, you will wake up with a lot of headache and a different symptoms in your body, right? And whereas if naturally you fall asleep without inducing any sort of substance in your body, that sleep quality is very different, and hence which leads to another, which has direct relationship with your productivity the next day.
Yes, definitely, ma'am. What you have added, you both have added that sometimes people are so stressed with their life, with the things going on in their life, that to get sleep naturally is difficult for them, and then they try inducing in substances that can make them fall asleep. This is one set of people, but we have also seen the other set of people who don't want to sleep, as taking extra caffeine, like staying awake at night. Either it is because of their work that demands, because nowadays we have seen that people have this work from home culture too much, wherein they work for in a different time zone for different companies abroad. Maybe the time work starts at 12 a.m. at night, and their sleep schedule is very different. And sometimes the concept of binge watching, all night parties, makes people not sleep at night, not get that proper sleep in night when you need it. So sometimes using too much of electronics or electronic devices, watching something, makes people not sleep on time, and they are too much into it, like scrolling Instagram all over. Now we have seen that reels, that 10-second reels, people can scroll for hours in a stretch. So we have seen that some electronic devices has come with both boon and a ban, and it is sometimes has become a necessity, whether it's for work, relaxation, entertainment, or knowledge. We need electronics, we need our laptop or we need our phones. And especially after the COVID phase, work is also on the laptop. So I would like to ask that what role do electronic devices play in disturbing sleep, and how can we minimize their impact?
Um, I would like to go forward with this question.
Yes, yes.
I think everyone is well aware of the fact that anything which is too extreme can be very harmful to us, right? And when it comes to gadgets, when it comes to being on screen, we all are aware of the fact that anything, be it television, be it your laptop, iPad, phone, anything, any gadget that that is emitting light is basically emitting a blue light to our eyes and to our sense organs, right? Basically the eye. So what exactly happens is that with obviously, like you said, with the work culture, like people have a very disturbed and a very irregular pattern of sleeping these days, and a very you know yeah, mostly disturbed and disrupted sleep patterns and stuff like that. The main one of the main cause for that is actually the electronics, that we are not very aware of it, but it is. So I'll tell you how. Okay, so basically we all know, we are aware of the fact that all the electronic gadgets have something called blue light, right? Even our specs come with the protection of blue light and stuff like that, right? So we that the thing is that our body has an internal clock, the sleep and wake cycle that we follow every day. It's naturally inhibited in us. We have a cycle, we have a clock inside us, okay, biologically, which is known as the circadian rhythm. So what happened is that when you keep on, like, let's just say in late night you are sitting in front of a screen, you're just, let's just say you're in the bed, but you're scrolling through Instagram, you're scrolling through your social media, or you're just binge watching something, then you see that you don't even know how the time passed by, right? You started watching around like 1 o'clock, now it's 4 o'clock in the morning. You didn't even know how the time passed by, and you're not even sleepy, right? So what biologically is happening over there is that when our brain is given a certain amount of light in front of us, our brain get the signal that we are not ready to sleep. So there's a very important, like I said, there's a very important hormone called melatonin in us. So the basic functioning of that hormone is to regulate sleep. Now how does that hormone function? That hormones only function with the darkness, okay? When there is darkness around us, the secretion of melatonin increases, and where there is light in front of us, there is no secretion of melatonin in our brain. All right. So when you're sitting in front of screen, you're sitting in front of any sort of gadget which is emitting blue light to your brain is actually getting the signal that it's not dark yet, it's not night yet. You know, you should be working. just because there's light in front of us, your brain is getting the signal that it's not nighttime yet, and you should not be sleeping yet. Okay, so that is the main reason why, even if we are just going through our phones and going through Instagram and endlessly, and we are not even sleepy, that is the main reason. Because for the sleep to occur in your body, there is no release of melatonin in your body. अभी अगर मेलेटोनिन रिलीज नहीं हो रहा है, how would you expect that you would feel sleepy, right? So, and if you look into the prolonged effect of of this particular habit, कि you're sleeping very late night and you're always on your phone or your gadgets or any sort of electronic device, the prolonged effect would be, so now we understand what is the importance of melatonin in our body. It's not just for to regulate sleep, but it works also as a relaxation. Sleep also give us a sleep also put our body into a relaxed mode. For all that has happened throughout the day, your body is getting rest, right? Though, so it means that the melatonin is also giving you enough amount of relaxation, the rest the body needs. It also works as an antioxidant to our body, and it also helps to regulate the immune system in our body. So if we look at the prolonged effect of not sleeping properly and being exposed to blue lights, it's gonna be hampering our immune system in a very prolonged use of blue lights and stuff like that. And the more you use it, the more decrease would be the regulation of your immune system, and which would make you easily prone to any sort of mental, be it physical, be it mental illness. And you would be more prone to any sort of disease, and basically your health would be in a very questionable state. But the thing is that people are so unaware of the fact that this thing is basically coming from the very thing that you do, is like spending hours on screen and watching your favorite movie, or like surfing your favorite thing over the internet. And this leads to a very prolonged prolonged impact on your body, I would say. And another thing that the electronic devices that does to us is that it stimulates our brain a lot, right? So when you watch any sort of content over social media, or any sort of piece of content over social media, what happens is that your brain is receiving new sort of information, right? When your brain receive information, brain has a habit of trying to analyze what you are watching, right? Then your brain comes to an alert state. To sleep to sleep our brain needs to be relaxed. And when there is a lot of new information coming from the electronic devices, then obviously there is a heightened alertness in the brain, which again decreases the secretion of melatonin in your body. And this is a very I would say this is a very vicious cycle which keeps on happening, and we are unaware of the fact that why our sleep is not coming, why we are not being able to sleep. It is only because of the light that we are always facing to, and that the number of gadgets we are indulging ourselves in.
Hmm. That was quite informative
Yeah.
and interesting, that how people are not aware that what they're using it either for working or to just for entertainment affects us. Lisa ma'am, would you like to add?
I think electronics and human beings, or electronics and sleep itself, is a different topic to discuss for me, because nowadays, I think yesterday I was hearing, going through the radio FM, and there was a question that uh, they were going through public, and they were asking that, how much do you spend time on your phone? What's the screen time? And what do you watch the most? Then they were saying that, okay, 6 to 7 hours, and mostly Instagram,
Yes.
Instagram, Instagram, Instagram. And I could relate it as well, because Instagram is something, it's capturing everyone, everyone through reels and short videos. because through that also it is creating a content.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's itself is a different topic, right? And before anyone, like with the previous question or this question, like before developing a consistent sleep schedule, or knowing about electronic hampering our sleep, one should be very, very assertive and very, confident about knowing the pros and cons, knowing that what has affected his or her sleep, so that one could develop a proper sleep cycle. Yes, that's it.
Definitely, definitely, ma'am. As you said, Instagram has become for like all age group. Previously, it was there for the young generation, but now we have seen every age group people are using it. And one reel gets viral, and everyone is recreating that same reel. So that addiction also to be on the game has also led to a lot of people following electronics and being active on social medias 24 hours. And Yasha ma'am, you have enlightened us with a lot of information as to how we are being so unaware that our screen sometimes, even if we are working, is affecting our sleep. Thank you so much, ma'am, for all the information. Uh, Moving on, I think to have a proper sleep after a long day work, as we see that any work, it is difficult to have a proper sleep because back of our mind there are thoughts going on that next day I have this work pending, next day I have this task I have to complete, I have this due date coming up. If we talk about children, that I have this assignment, or there's a lot of things that goes in our mind that tomorrow I have to do things. At night we don't go sleeping like I had a good day. Many people, they are worried about what I have to do the next day. So can you help us with some effective relaxation techniques for promoting better sleep? Because at night when we are in our beds, we are just worried about what do we do next the next day.
um Talking about relaxation techniques, there are various. When you go and search Google, Chrome, wherever, when we browse, there are different relaxation techniques. But in general, or in reality, if we say, most people don't follow relaxation techniques as much. Like we say that, okay, yoga is very, helpful, talking about meditation, talking about any other relaxation techniques, those are helpful, we know. But we don't really follow in our day to day life. That's a very important and that's a very prominent mistake that we everyone do. We know the, beneficial things, we know the advantages, but we don't develop it in our schedule, right? We know waking up in the morning and, eating healthy will definitely create a better way in our lifestyle basically. But what we do is we don't actually use it in our day to day life. But I don't want to talk more about the relaxation techniques much, but two of the important techniques which we are very much, or we may have heard about. One is the progressive muscle relaxation, that is also known as Jacobson's progressive muscle relaxation, JPMR, which is like popularly used in many setups as well. So here we say that in this technique we need to tense certain group of muscles, and after that, one by one, we will just relax it. For example, if I say that I'll just like tighten my eyebrows a little bit, or might be tensed up my eyebrows a little bit, by doing this, and after that for few seconds I'll hold it up, and I'll keep all the other parts of my body free without any stress. Only one part of my body I'll just tense up. Okay. After that, I'll just hold it up for a few seconds and I'll just relax it. And this will create a lot of effect. So when, as I'm saying, I might not, feel it that way because I'm sitting and I'm just talking. But when you do it while laying down, it you will feel the you will feel it actually, because once your muscles are tightened and after that you relax it, it gives a good sensation, to be honest. It gives a very relaxing sensation, and that is known as JPMR, right? And the second one is basically imagery, visualizations, visualizing about, about a good place of yours, because everyone's way of relaxing will be different. As I have been discussing or saying this thing since many webinars, that everyone way of handling stress, everyone ways of promoting better sleep will be different. So we should find our own way in the better way. Like, some might feel that, taking a hot water bath will be, it gives you better sleep, proper sleep. Drinking warm water, or might be putting a good, good lotion in your hands, and smelling it. Certain ways are a kind of imagery, visualization. When you visualize yourself, in a pleasant scene, it will relax your body, it will calm your body as well as your brain, right? And in that kind of situation, always, it has been advised to keep your electronic devices away from you, because as we know that it will definitely transmit the, rays, harmful rays, to be honest, right? So thinking about certain pleasant scenes which are very pleasantful to you, which will actually develop pleasantness, and then it will calm your body, and then it will promote better sleep. Now, the basic thing is, it might not, give you proper better sleep, might be in day one. You need to practice something that will help you in your upcoming days, right? So it's not something that, might be you, during by morning you slept by 3 o'clock and then you woke up by 10 a.m., and after that you try to sleep. So in this way your sleep schedule is disrupted, right? So in this way it won't be helpful. So one needs to follow a proper sleep schedule, as we know that people are also working in shifts, day and night shifts. So based on that shifts, one need to customize your own way of relaxation techniques, which will, promote better sleep. Yeah.
Definitely, ma'am, for sure. As wherein people believe that I am not seeing result, I will change it. But this technique requires effort because result is not seen in one day. It takes time, whether it's any area of development. Also, electronics. We have already talked a lot about. Yeja ma'am has explained it. Like, it is with boon, it's a ban too. As in people. Uh, all of a time they believe that it is should be there with it, which also disrupts our sleep and also does not lets us relax, because instantly there is this thing, there's a notification, I have to reply, there's a mail I have to check on. So that also does not leave a last episode, let's see the last episode, let's see the let's reply to our friend for the last time. That also does not have, if we want to go to sleep at 11 p.m., we are awake till 2 a.m. That is also affecting our sleep. Yeja ma'am, would you like to add on the relaxation techniques or just or anything?
I think you guys have actually covered it all. And like you said, I really like, personally, for me, the only reason, if my sleep has been disrupted, or if my sleep is not getting proper, it's because of the electronic devices only. Because like whether he said, there's one notification and we have this habit of like, we just need to reply once, and then that one reply becomes a conversation, and that one conversation becomes a very long conversation for the night. And then we don't even know how long we have invested our time in that conversation. And to be honest, it has become our, even our practice. Even if there's no notification in our phone, we have this habit of just seeing the phone from the top, right? Upper say we just scroll it through and something like that. Our brain is always on this point of alertness, that
Hmm.
whether there is a notification or not, but we are always alert that we give so much alertness to our phone. Like we are always, there's just one, the screen just needs to lit one once, and we are like, what's up, what is there, what is coming on my phone? Be just a promotional notification from Swiggy, from Zomato, or from Nika, it doesn't matter to us. It's just the phone ka light ek bar on ho gaya, then we give our full focus and full attention to the phone. And then once we open that phone and once we open our screen, then that's in a whole different saga of us scrolling and going through every app and different social media, right? So I think yes, it is one of the most hardest decision, I think, our generation and people who are using smartphones, is to like put the phone away from your bed, not on your bed, not near the table, also somewhere a bit away. And basically it's really healthy if you put your phone on silent, D&D mode and something like that. Because again, like, if we are just thinking for one day or 2 days, right? But we are not understanding, we are so unaware of the fact that it's a prolonged habit, it has become a habit of ours, right? One
Yes.
notification and we check it, something that pops up in the screen and we are engaged to that notification or whatsoever. We are not even aware of the fact that it has become a habit. So this is something like really that this particular habit needs really mindfulness practice and stuff like that, that you're mindful about your own behavior that you're engaging in, right? So I think, yeah, I won't take much time, but yes, that's all I have to share.
Definitely, ma'am. What you added, like it has become a habit, not just checking the notification, but for some people using phone before sleeping. So
Yeah.
sometimes, as I have noticed that some people, I will check, even if it's news, I will check the news for the 10 minutes before I go to bed. But that is the blue light which you were talking about, which they are emitting. Even if they feel that checking the news is informative, but the blue lights they're emitting in it. So that is also harmful in the long run. Uh,
Right.
Let's move on to the next area of sleep, wherein we feel that to keep a balance between our productivity, which we feel that we have to work to survive, or there's always this thing that there's a survival of fittest, and I have to be on the edge, on my foot to work always. And sleep can sometimes become difficult, as we are talking about continuously how to have a work life balance or how electronics is also affecting it. I want to ask both of you that how can we optimize our sleep hygiene to improve overall well-being and productivity?
I think I'll go forward with this question. Is it fine,
Mhm.
Lisa?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, 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 definitely.
So I think Lisa already said about like the mindfulness, the meditation thing. And other things that we should keep in mind is like to have, I mean, like, this is something our parents have been saying and our grandparents have been saying since ages, to have a regular sleep schedule, to have a proper time of waking up and falling asleep. When are we going to sleep and when are we waking up? Is to have a proper schedule is something very important. I'll tell you why it's important. Because like I said, we have an internal clock inside us. The more you disrupt the sleeping timing of yours, let's just say today you're sleeping at 10 o'clock, tomorrow you're sleeping at 4 in the morning, and the next day you're sleeping at 12 o'clock, the next day you're not sleeping throughout the night, you slept at 5 in the morning because you were busy binge watching, and then then you're waking up at different hours of the day. So in that thing, our body goes through a certain change where your body gets confused, basically, like when to sleep, when not to sleep, because you are not giving your body the proper data, the proper information of when do you need to sleep, when should the body be, body prepare itself to sleep. So first thing first, I think we should definitely maintain a proper, a regular, I would say consistent sleep schedule. Like, even if whatever your social life be, whatever your work life be, customize it according to yourself. Let's just say if I work till 8 in the evening, and then I only have like 4 hours to socialize with my friends, give some me time for myself and stuff like that. But at least keeping a practice of sleeping before 12 o'clock, you know, to my whole everyday ka schedule ke sath, I think that goes well for me. Sleeping before 12, statistically speaking and scientifically sleeping, saying like, I think 10 o'clock is the most healthy time to sleep. But in our busy schedule and everything, I can understand it's not humanly possible, because there's a lot of commitments and there's a lot of other things that we need to look into. But I think we should slowly try practicing keeping up, consistent sleep schedule. Whatever it is, even if it's 12 o'clock, make sure that you stick to that time. It's 12, and you should actually, keep your phone away and everything, and you should just try to relax your body and to sleep. Second thing I would like to say is like, relaxing, creating a relaxing bedtime routine, So, like I said, some people believe that having one smoke before a bedtime, going through social media before bedtime is something really healthy. But unfortunately, it's not healthy. It's healthy for you to think that way. It's just you are feeling it's healthy, but biologically it's not healthy for your body, right? So keeping a healthy habit, like let's just say you took a bath, proper bath, and like Lisa ma'am said, you had visualization session with yourself, imaginary session with yourself, or a mindfulness meditation. There's like JP Amar, there's another thing that I personally use on days when I have, it's not a regime of mine, but it's basically on days where I am very tired, but my body is not yet, ready to sleep. There are days when you're exhausted to max, but your body is not being able to sleep, right? On days like that, there's this particular thing that I follow. It's called body scan meditation, right? So, again, you have to, like, from the tip of your toes till your roots of your hair, every part you just scan it once, right? And it can also be done. There are thousands of YouTube videos, that guided meditation that you can follow. But creating a relaxing, bedtime routine is something very important. However, maybe sometimes, people also have this habit of putting up some candles, some proper aromatic, things, so that like it helps them to sleep better. Whatever is helpful for you, you can practice it, but make sure that there is something which is like healthy, not just smoking, or having some alcohol, or not just going through phones. Something healthy, I would say, which is like beneficial biologically to your body. Third thing, I would say, is like the room that you sleep. Biologically, our body needs a dark, cool, quiet place. You see, when the temperature of the room is not very hot and not very extremely cold, but it's cool, okay, it's on the cooler side, it's dark, and it's silent, it's quiet. It's very easy for our body to get into the mode of sleep, right? So we should also see our environment. Then where are we trying to put our body in in the state of sleep? Let's just say you have a very fancy LED light going on your room with thousand different colors. It is not, it may look aesthetic for you to be working in your room, but for sleep, I would definitely say maybe have a candle, or maybe have a very dim light or something like that. Make your room, a bit cooler, a bit quiet. And when it comes to light, just as much as you can minimize the light in the room. And yeah, I think that's all I said about gadgets. We all have been speaking about gadgets. So obviously, removing blue lights is very important. And yes, limit yourself from caffeine, from alcohol, from nicotine, just right before the sleep. These are a few things that you should definitely look into.
Yeah. Thank you so much, for the information that you add on. Like, it is very important for us to have a routine, as you mentioned, have a dark, calm room, quiet, cool room, and also having a healthy habit. before going to sleep, having a habit is important, but what kind of habit are we having is more important. As you mentioned
Correct.
that to have a proper timing of sleep, wherein we compromise on that. As I feel, or what I have seen, that if some days our timing is that till 8 o'clock we are working and next 4 hours is for ourselves, but some days our work goes on for 9, or if it's late, we will do our rest of the works and we'll sleep late, but we don't cut down. Even if it's meeting our friends or doing some self care or socializing, we will not cut that down. We will compromise our sleep, and then I think it follows affecting our next day. Lisa, ma'am, would you like to add or talk about something in this?
Yes, only one point that I was thinking, that we need to prioritize what is emergency to us, what are the things that we need to complete now, or what are the things that need to be completed within a month, and there is time basically. So we need to prioritize in such a way so that we are alert, that instead of uh, not getting proper sleep, we can actually divide our work properly. And after that, we can also focus on our sleep schedule as such. Because many people, what they do, procrastination is a very, very, very important, it's a very important thing that we mostly see in all of us, not only students. Earlier it was like students, but right now everyone is like procrastinating. So we do not need to procrastinate in such a way. We just need to prioritize that what are the things we need to submit it in the upcoming 2 or 3 days, and what are the things we need to submit in the upcoming month, right? So that we can divide in such a way that how many or how much time will it take, duration, efforts, and such like that. So that is the one point that I wanted to add.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely.
Vaidehi, I would like to add one more point
Yes.
here. Like, it's from my end to everyone. Even it's even hard for me to practice it on daily basis, but we should prioritize our sleep. Stop compromising on your sleep, guys. The work can be done tomorrow. Wake up early in the morning or however you like, whatever it is, but get enough amount of sleep, because it has a direct significant effect on your immune system. And you won't understand why you're falling asleep, you won't understand why you're fatigued, why you are feeling all these symptoms in your body. Your doctors wouldn't even able to recognize what is the reason for this particular person to be feeling so much of fatigue or so much of laziness or stuff like that. Why is the person be having all these symptoms? The underlying cause is the poor quality of sleep. I think we always compromise our sleep, whether it comes to assignment, whether it comes to socializing, whether it comes to function, anything, work. We love to compromise our sleep. Let's just say that today let's not sleep at all and have the best day of our life, have the best night of our life. But then at what cost are you having the best night of your life, right? And then again, we all we there should be a healthy balance as well. Obviously, I can't expect everyone to just shut down everything at 10 o'clock and sleep, right? But
Mhm.
obviously there's going to be days where you are out there with your friends partying and everything, and you are sleeping a bit late. That's fine for 1 day 2 day, it's fine. But if it has become a daily habit of yours, then it is something to be mindful about, and it is because it's going to have a very prolonged health effect on your overall well-being. So yeah.
Yes, definitely, ma'am. This is something like we always compromise on our sleep. Like for us, I feel it is like sleep is the last thing we will pay attention to, or we will think about it. It is always like, let's do other work, and if there is time left, we will sleep. Or even if there is
Correct.
sometimes that let's go to out on a party, we'll see for the sleep. And for young people, there's this all nighters house party, all nighters sitting and chilling, which is going on, which is too much in trend, I would say. And because of that, their overall physical and mental health both is being affected. Uh, with this, we have come to the end of the life for today on sleep hygiene and productivity. I would like to thank both of our speakers for coming, sharing their experience and insightful information. There's a lot of things that we have come to know that exist and that we can incorporate in us to bring a change. Thank you so much. Also, I would like to thank all the viewers for joining in. From today, let's commit to better sleep habits and foster a culture that values rest alongside work and treat sleep as a necessity and not a luxury. And we also try incorporating one healthy habit in our sleep schedule. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Vaidehi. You have moderated the webinar so well.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yes. Thank you so much, Vadahi. It was a
Yeah.
really good session there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Good night.